Recently, the movie trailer for Judas and the Black Messiah came across my feed. I didn't click on it initially because for some reason the thumbnail just didn't appeal to me, which is hilarious considering how much effort I put into my own thumbnails these days. But I'm glad I finally clicked because that trailer ended up being the best movie trailer I've seen in like the last 3 years. And I'm someone who's deeply inspired by trailers in general. If you've seen any videos on my channel in the last 3 months, you might notice that I love using the thematic buildup from trailers to give my videos a sense of continuation, like the story isn't over, something still is yet to come. That trailer, based on the story of Fred Hampton, the leader of the Black Panther Party, dealt a lot with repetition. I won't ruin it for you, you should definitely check it out yourself, but Fred Hampton repeatedly asks his congregation to say, "I am a revolutionary," and he repeats this emphatically over and over again. And later on in the trailer he says, "I will learn all that I can." It got me thinking about the power of emphatically spoken words. In the law of attraction, things such as affirmations never really resonated with me because I couldn't get myself to believe that money is flowing to me abundantly. Flowery language like that somehow just didn't work for me. And in fact, the type of people who promote this sort of loose, unfocused language about the things you're gonna attract into your life, that language sort of disgusts me. In my opinion, it sort of makes you feel good in the moment, but removes you from reality and how hard it can be. But I don't think it can be denied that words can be incredibly powerful. And when spoken with emotion, they can change you as a person. Scott Adams, the creator of the Dilbert comics, shares my level of sentiment around things like the law of attraction, where he can't help but believe that there is something to this. Like, too many strange occurrences have happened, too many anecdotal life experiences have led us to believe that, you know what, maybe there is something behind the veil, there is something happening in reality that could at times seem magical, but at the same time, you want to be as practical and tactical with the work you pursue and not rely on law of attraction magic to help you reach your goals. In that book, he wrote that the Dilbert Principle was a book that he was trying to promote, and during that time when his cartooning career was just starting to blossom, he would repeat affirmations to himself on the treadmill. At first, it was simply this: "I, Scott Adams, will be a #1 best-selling author." The book that he wrote, The Dilbert Principle, started strong, and within a few weeks, it hit #1 on the New York Times nonfiction bestseller list. In a matter of months, his follow-up book got #2, and the success of the two books brought him a lot of attention. It put a lot of sales of Dilbert in newspapers, and it also helped blossom his incredibly lucrative speaking career. His website, dilbert.com, also was getting huge traffic by the standards of the day, and so was his licensing business. In fact, during the period where he was regularly saying affirmations, it seemed as if Scott Adams could do no wrong. Everything he touched turned to gold. Later on, Adams recounted that when he stopped using affirmations for other ventures like a TV show, 2 restaurants, a vegan burrito company, all of those ventures failed. He says it could be incidental, it's probably not causal, that the use of those affirmations caused his success and the lack of using them denied him success in future ventures, but perhaps they did enhance the likelihood of his success with writing. He says he couldn't say for sure, but he continues to use affirmations as a focusing system. In my own life, I've noticed an enormous benefit from powerfully stated affirmations and following them up with a level of visualization. However, unlike in the past, I no longer visualize results of things I want to achieve as much as I affirm and visualize myself going through the actual process, the work that is in front of me. I like to visualize myself doing things that would get me the results I want, rather than just the results themselves. One way that I've noticed an immediate benefit from affirmations is in my ability to wake up early. I think having momentum as soon as you wake up is an incredibly powerful thing, and it's one of the best ways to increase the likelihood that you'll have a successful day. And on the days prior where I tell myself I get up at 7 a.m. enthusiastically and completely refreshed, I do find that it does end up happening. I do end up waking up feeling great that day. Affirmations followed by some degree of visualizing those actions is also something that I've been using very regularly over the last 6 months to get better at this craft of videography, editing, storytelling, because one day I would like to be one of the greats in my niche. I would want it to be like a great story every time you clicked on one of my videos, and that requires really just getting a lot better than I am currently. I have high hopes of traveling, making my own short films, hiring actors on these bigger projects, and making them like events that people would want to tune into. And so I actually created a list of affirmations around this that maybe will increase the likelihood that this sort of thing will happen. I'll just share a few with you. I have world-class mastery and skill in content creation. I'm a master at using the Weeble S. I'm a Final Cut Pro X wizard. I'm the most organized person on YouTube and all of content creation. I'm the most time-efficient, high-quality script writer in all of YouTube. My access to and knowledge of lighting is masterful. I have complete mastery of the Mavic Air 2. I have complete mastery of the Sony a7 III. I'm an efficient, productive, creative content creator. My access to and working of audio is world-class. I'm incredible at sound design. My mindset, energy, mental clarity is fearless, unparalleled, thrilling. I'm an incredible leader and manager of other people's time and energy. I'm stellar at using the Osmo Mobile 4. I'm a beast at After Effects. Additionally, before every shoot or editing session, I like to tell myself, today's filming session is gonna go spectacularly. And some of that might sound a little cringy. I'll admit I'm actually a little embarrassed to have shared all that with you, but I noticed that it immediately gets me much more focused, tactical, really careful and precise with the work I'm trying to pursue. And I almost feel my personality changing the instant after I've done like a powerful affirmation session. Additionally, with these affirmations, I like to visualize myself actually spending hours each day to get better, to get the results that I'm affirming. I also created my affirmations where it really does feel feasible on some level. For instance, another one of my affirmations is around waking up at 7 a.m. Now, 7 a.m., it's not particularly early. I think many people would find that not very impressive, but it's still reasonably early for me. And as someone who's a bit of a night owl and sort of tempted to stay up late, it still feels very useful to get up that early, but also reasonable. Affirmations are one of those old school success book type of techniques that maybe people would sort of roll their eyes at now because there's something derpy about yelling into the ether about how you're going to become great. When I imagine someone like Jocko Willink doing things, I don't see him affirming. He would just execute without thinking too much about it. But for me, they have been a powerful tool in reshaping my identity to help guide me, guide my subconscious, to swerve towards becoming more and more of the person that I would one day like to be. So if you have objectives that you're trying to gain skill in or habits that you're trying to make a part of your life, I'd encourage you to make your own set of affirmations and saying them emphatically. But make sure that the words and phrases you pick feel right for you, right for your brain and your personality. I think it's very possible to gently shift your identity, to reprogram your subconscious mind. A big thank you to Audible for sponsoring this video. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word entertainment and audiobooks, ranging from bestsellers to celebrity memoirs, news, business, and self-development. Every month, members get 1 credit to pick any title, 2 Audible originals from a monthly selection, access to daily news digests, and even guided meditation programs. Audible helps people get more stories and information through the gift of found time, allowing people to listen while commuting, cooking, exercising, gardening, or relaxing at home. The audiobook that I've just started listening to is called The Ride of a Lifetime. It's the biography of Bob Iger, who has been the CEO of Disney. And as someone who's very interested in the back end of what Hollywood looks like and how those machines work, it's been a really cool read. And Bob Iger actually started with little connections and relatively humble beginnings. Visit audible.com/Captain Sinbad or text Captain Sinbad to 500-500 to get a 30-day free trial. And thank you, Audible, for sponsoring this video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Nikhil. This channel is a combination between comedy sketches and more genuine videos like this one with topics in mind for the creative entrepreneur. If that's something that appeals to you, consider subscribing. And for those of us who are willing to emphatically say things about ourselves, to make them true, to will them into existence, to us I say, greatness is coming. Cheers.